And we are back. We're going to have the fight off between Lucent and Guarp, two teams that are having some issues to go into the middle of the pack we were talking about previously in the interview. But Guarp is known, or at least I know Guarp coming in from Division 3. They're really aggressive. They don't care about the enemy, but they've been a little bit more innocent, I would say, not as aggressive as they were back in the days. I don't know what is going on, but maybe the patch affected them a lot, and they need to look into it.
Yeah, I think this is a big one for every team, right? They have to kind of figure out as they go, with scrims and everything. We mentioned in the other interview as well that maybe not every team is like practicing as much as like the LEC teams are doing, right? They're scrimming like 5 games every single day, and they kind of get to figure out the patch kind of quickly. But yeah, I'm kind of surprised as well to see Guarp doing not so well. As you mentioned, they've kind of been known in the past in Division 3 for playing super aggressive early game, kind of getting the lead like always, and then sometimes throwing it away, but most of the time they kind of been able to close it out. So I kind of feel like they're struggling to find their new identity coming into Division 2, and now it's kind of time to find that, because we're gonna go into the middle of the split. This is where you kind of ramp up for playoffs, right? And yeah, Guarp they have to make something coming up for this. Speaking of Lucent, kind of similar to them, right? Both teams really need this win to be able to actually have a chance for playoffs.
A chance for playoffs. That would be really interesting for the team that just joined Division 2, already looking into the skies. Okay, we need to go into playoffs. They have a good shot today versus Lucent. Lucent on the other side is a team that is known for being part of Division 2, and they need to showcase themselves. They have a really good team. We've talked about these players as well. They know what to do. Maybe they're still adapting to the patch as well. We heard a few teams talking about, okay, we're not full-time, so we cannot have as many scrims as Division 1, and that is slowing our progress. Let's see. This is enough for Lucent to showcase what they are. Yumi, Ben, take it out of the game. I'm fine with that. Pike as well. Zeri and Ari. Ari is not a band that I've been used to because it seems to have been falling off lately. Even Nightmare is talking about that.
Yeah, and obviously I have to trust Nightmare's word on that one, right? Being the Ari main.
I mean, you don't trust him, but yeah.
Yeah, okay, pretty much. I mean, half and half, right? What I'm surprised as well about to see, we have seen like 2, I think, is Pike bans so far as well in first rotation. And I kind of don't know if this champion is just been terrorizing scrims or like solo queue or like what this pick is doing, because if it's getting bans, of course these teams are saying that it's too OP to be played. But I haven't seen it, man. I mean, we saw the Astralis support, don't even remember his name, but he was playing Pike. He was so clean on that Pike, like it was insane.
One of the best gamers coming into this split. I had such high hopes for you, and
it's I mean, I know it's a long name. I'm pretty sure I don't know how to pronounce it as well. But regardless, this guy, do you want to tell me?
No, now I don't want to talk about it. Actually, I don't want to talk about it anymore. I
Okay.
love him as well. I saw him play on stage. He was part of my first experience on LEC. I was like, damn, he's really popping. And I think the Pike mostly is about the idea that there's a lot of shields appearing in the game that protect you and heal you back into full if you have enough time. And Pike kind of ignores that. So I think that's why they're trying to take him away. Also, the aggressiveness from Nugget alongside with Fred Spaghetti. It's really dangerous, so they want to take it away. They bring in Gollum alongside with the Volibear, so this should be enough. On the other side, it's poor late game. We might see the Viego.
Yeah, I mean, it could just be, right? Just be happy with that slap. Gets actually the Poppy. This has to just be picked into the Volibear, right? I couldn't imagine this being a flex because, I mean, Guarp can just save the last pick for Viggo Mopsen on this red side, and then they can just kind of counter pick the Poppy if this was gonna go onto the top side. But really interesting to see now as well. We see obviously Fred Spaghetti on the Jhin pick, his signature. Whenever this pick is open, this guy doesn't care what he plays into. He just picks it regardless. I wouldn't be surprised if you saw an Esther pick here coming in, but the Kalista pick actually coming in, and Fuyu and Little Pants, they want to answer this kind of aggression that Fred Spaghetti and Nugget has been putting out so far in the split.
The Poppy has been picked really early into this game. Interesting, because you don't really have any sort of dash. I know you're going to build guild force on the Jhin, and if the Poppy is aware, you can block that because it's a dash, and I think it's considered a dash. So you can block away one of the only escapes coming in from the Jhin. And we've seen this before, the Ashe support, but I don't think this is going to be picked. Well, actually, straight up picked.
It is. damn, that's crazy coming from Nugget. I mean, I heard a lot about this pick coming up recently, and it is just so fun to play and so miserable to play against. And this is actually one of the like better picks into the Kalista as well. If Ash can like keep the W cooldown, the volley really low with the CDR boots, with the mandate, sort of like this, then it's really hard for Fuyu to like, kind of navigate in these team fights. And obviously they're now gonna have 2 bans to ban the engage support as well. So probably gonna be the Nautilus, the Leona. It depends. Like, it's gonna be kind of stuck with the scraps. Probably Rakan or something like this. He can play Rel perhaps. There's still so much engaged from Lucent that they can pick, but I love to see this one man. I told you, like, Division 2 is 4 like standard picks, and then 1 or 2 like is really crazy ones. I love to see it.
Especially when it's Guarp. When it's Guarp picking, you're like, okay.
Yeah.
The idea that Fred Spaghetti uses Jhin as a hyper carry blows my mind every single time. I always look into Jhin as a support, a utility AD carry, but he plays this not as a hyper carry in terms of attack speed, but as a hyper carry because he kills everything and just moves along. It's really interesting to see this guy play, so I'm really excited to see what he brings alongside with the Ashe. A lot of slow CC as well, but not enough dashes to justify that Poppy, which means the Poppy might be able to go into the top side for DBL.
Yeah, I just wouldn't be surprised if they just answer with the mid pick, right? Swain coming in, kind of good into Corki. They're gonna be both scaling. This is really like to say. I mean, actually, you have so many fanboys in this division, Ashram. I'm really impressed. Like, you must be doing something really good.
It's not fanboys. It's men of culture. You know, they're all cultured people, so that's why they're hovering. If this happens, I'm going to lose my mind. I know Seraphine has been banned, but still, yeah, that shouldn't happen. If the Ornni's picked, it means that this is going to go straight up into the top. So Poppy is the jungler. There's only one dash if the Gale Force is built.
Yeah, actually, maybe that's why. It's like, I know that Fred Spaghetti is gonna pick Jhin because he's kind of main that champion. He's gonna go Gale Force. Guys, Pop is really good pick here. Yeah, I don't understand it as well. You literally have only Gale Force right now to be a dash on the side of Guarp. Poppy can be useful regardless, but I mean, this is a champion that you pick like kind of last when you see that everyone in the enemy team has dashes. And now, I'm just really curious to see how this lane is going to be played out in the bot side as well. You have the Alistar Kalista against the Jhin Ashe. Jhin Ashe going to have so much poke, but if Fuyu and Lil Pants can get at least 1 flash or like 1 kill early, it's going to be super hard for Fred Spaghetti and Nugget to play the lane.
This is coming back in Korea, and I'm so happy about it. Rumble or Swan on the top side, either of them do an amazing job. I would like to actually see the Rumble on the top side versus the Ornn is an amazing pick. It could be Rumble in the jungle, but I think he took a big hit, so I think that's not going to happen. Actually, by the way, this was a Jamada sharing this knowledge with me. DBL stands for, if I'm not mistaken, if I am, please correct me and slap me probably because I said something atrocious. But I think DBL stands for Don't Ban Lollipoppy because he was a one-trick Poppy. So I actually thought the Poppy would go to the top side. Wait a minute. Is this locked in?
Oh, it is the Rumble jungle. Wait. What is going on, Arshram? What is going on? We have perhaps a Poppy main on the side of Lucent, but he's not on Poppy when Poppy is in the game. That is crazy.
But
we also have
Dendam is also a main on Poppy, so both of them could play the Poppy, yeah.
Okay, damn.
Okay, this is really interesting. Volleyball on the solo lane, picking one page from the bows, coming in, and probably with the press the attack as well. I don't know if he's going for the Prowler's Claw. I hope not. I love you, bows, but don't leak your ideas into Division 2, okay? It's wild as it is. It's already wild, but that would be lovely. Rumble in the jungle. Your ganks are really powerful. If you get that level 6, you can gank from almost across the river. Just throw in your equalizer. Just block the escape route, and that's more than enough. This team for Guarp is mind-blowing, in my opinion. I mean, I love it.
I think if there's any team that's gonna pick like this, is for sure Guarp, right? I mean, they just pick whatever comes to their mind. I don't think their coach sat 5 hours this night, like last night, and made up this draft, right? They for sure just came into this.
This is knowledge.
This is knowledge. Yeah, that is true. They saw Jhin open. Guys, we're gonna pick Jhin. They saw the Ashe open as well. They're like, guys, Ashe Jhin, really good poke lane. Let's just go for it. And they have the Rumble jungle as well. I mean, I'm super excited to see what Gameday is gonna do on this champion. I mean, I can't wait. My mind is blown as well.
Me as well, as we're about to jump into this game that means a lot to these teams. Both wants to get away from that position where they're standing. Ninth place for Lucent. If they win, they're going to be tied up with Guarp for ninth place as well, but it means they have some sort of lead versus Guarp, so they're going to secure themselves the 8th place. On the other side, the Guarp, they want to join in the middle of the pack, so they need to win over this. As we jump into the Summoner's Rift, I'm going to drop a little bit of knowledge onto you. It's Young Hoon, the support for Astralis. It's not that hard to pronounce because his name is actually Lee Young Hoon, okay?
Okay.
He was playing in Korea for Bro Challengers, and aside from that, I don't have that much knowledge about him, but he's one of the best players I've seen in Astralis, and is popping off at the LEC, so that's why I know this.
Yeah, I mean, it's so crazy to me that you can play in like Korean Challenger, and before he came to Astralis, I as well had no clue on who he was because I don't watch Korean Challenger. And the fact that he comes into a team like Astralis, who has been so long struggling at the bottom of the table for LEC, and he comes in the first 5 games, it's completely like kind of turning the tables for Astralis. And to be able to see that I did have no clue who this guy was 1 month ago, and now he's completely popping off. I mean, it's just goes to show that there are so many great league players there still waiting to be discovered. It's nice to see.
Maybe you could have been a great league player as well. Maybe your time hasn't shined yet. Maybe in the future, M-Test.
Yeah, maybe my my redemption arc is coming. I told you as well before the cast, or in the cast rather, that I've been playing so much support lately. This role is so fun, and I feel like actually
it's free elo. Yeah.
I just have to say that I think to be a really good AD carry like Upset or Deft or Uzi, you have to have a lot of ego. I think that's just the kind of how AD. You have to have a lot of ego and a healthy ego. And yeah, let me just explain this, right?
I'm
because
listening. Hit me.
If you have a lot of ego, you're kind of gonna want to always go for this place that kind of makes you different from all the other AD carries. And I felt like when you're not scared to go for this and it ends up working out, you're just you're just so insane. It's super hard to play AD carry on like a really high level, but all the good AD carries, they actually have this healthy ego, and I felt like I never had this ego where I could like say, guys, I'm the best player in the world. I don't have the Attila or the Sicko, mindset, and I think support would actually maybe be something that is good for me.
Okay, I will give you that, I guess. Meanwhile, we have Flaked, one of the best AD carries that is just a chill guy and just wants to have fun.
Yeah, true, but yeah, I mean, there is arguments for both sides, but
exactly.
actually,
Analysis has been delivered, and if you want to be an AD carry, man, you gotta pop off, man. You gotta wear some jerseys, a V-neck as well, and no, I'm kidding. 2 minutes 48 as we look into both junglers, and this is what I'm really interested in this game. Lanes are beautiful, but looking into the junglers, they have a Poppy, have a Rumble. What sort of clear path are they going to take? We've heard previously in the interview that both junglers and Division 2 usually go for the full clear, and meanwhile they're doing this exactly. So I think both will appear on the bot side at the same exact time.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised to see Guarp already kind of lost their prio with this Jhin Ashe lane. I guess they were kind of scared of Dundum going for some cheesy level 3 gank, but now this is gonna mean that Pop is gonna get first access to this scuttle, gonna get it for free. Galen has to go back to his top side if he wants to go for that one, but Dundum, he's feeling frisky, man.
Oh, that's a beautiful stun. The cone is available if he wants to use it. Flash may be forced on this one. First strike has been cancelled because it was a Poppy getting the engage, so no extra gold coming in for Galem, which means he only loses. He wants to go for the top scuttle, but I don't think he has access to that one. Full clear was not completed by Dundum because he was forced to go straight up to the scuttle to get priority, so that's why he's missing on a few minions, but he got himself the scuttle, which means they're tied up. He can finally go into that position. I mean, meanwhile, there's nothing in the jungle for Galen, but I do believe he's going to check on that scuttle because he went back, brought in the Blast 1, so that's a lot of AP coming in for him. By the way, this is the call for Viggo Mobson. This is the bow strategy. I'm afraid, but excited.
Yeah, this is. I just have to. I would love to see like a province, honestly. Like, just screw it. We have been talking to Viggo Mobson so many times in interviews, and this guy does not care. He just wants to have as much fun as possible, and while winning while doing it. If he can do that, it's really nice, right? But going for that call, Maybe going for some good deaths as well. Not so far though into this one. Already 5 minutes into the game. I mean, boss would already died 3 times. So is it really gonna be the boss strat?
Hey, nah, Bounce on the volley bed is not as a Scion one. I got you, Bounce. I got you, Bounce. No, on volley bed he actually plays really well. He's not the death angle guy because there's no way to play around the death. You cannot farm, you cannot deny the farm as he does with the Scion. So usually he tries to be a little bit more protective while he's playing the volley bed and more careful as well. And this is competitive. You're not going to play like he does. But hey, if we get ourselves a Prowler's Claw, but the thing is, he went for the Conqueror. So if you go for the Prowler's Claw, you straight up go for the press the attack. I think he's going for more tanky builds since they don't have a lot of tanks. On one side, you have the Aldistar alongside with the Poppy and the Bjorn.
Oh, that was close.
It was almost. On the other side, what do you have? You have the Rumble, which is not a tank, and you have the Volley Bear, which is not a dedicated tank, but it needs to be beefy at least. You know, bringing that Divine Sunderer a little bit more tanky-ish, I would say.
Yeah. I mean, I completely agree with you, right? I think Viggo Mopsen as well could just look to go up into the cool because he's playing into the tank. He's gonna have kind of a free matchup on this one, so just being able to stack that up, it's gonna be nice when we go into the mid game. He's gonna be able to cash that in, and it's just gonna be. This is why it's so exciting. It feels like I'm waiting to open like a Christmas present to see what Viggo Mopsen is gonna do with this build. Would be really surprised if he goes for the AD build, but. Yeah, as you mentioned, he kind of has to be that sort of front line for his team because they don't really have anything going for them in that regard with the Ashe, with the Swain Rumble. And yeah, I'm just kind of surprised. Just speaking of the Rumble jungle as well, TSC has been full clearing. Obviously, this is what you want to do on this champion. When you get level 6, you can start to be a bit more proactive. But both junglers has been doing that, and I mean, Galen is already like 50 CS up on this Rumble.
He is, and he's going for that Grump, which means technically he's really close to the level 6. I don't think he's gonna get it right now, but he's not that far away. If I could get that experience, okay, he's really close to level 6. Maybe another camp, because I don't think the Grump is going to deliver him that amount of XP that he needs for the level 6. Maybe I'm wrong? No, he's so close. Yeah, 1 million away. This Cuddle Crab can deliver him the level 6, and this is a straight up gank on the bot side, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, just pressure as well, right? As long as once Lucent knows that he's level 6 as well, and as you mentioned, Galen can like really gank from really far away on this champion. Just throw out the equalizer into the escape route, and then it's really hard for Lucent to kind of respond to that. Now, as you mentioned, Galen gets level 6, he's moving straight to that bot side, baby.
Gets the root on. Maybe they want to go for the Fuyu, even a tower dive. The Aldistar is not level 6, so he cannot take all that damage. This is a cow that is not that beefy, still growing up. He has himself a good position. If they take this siege minion, he's going to approach just to push in, because I think they want to get some sort of reset. There you go. The bot lane is free to go as they please, unless they want to fancy something weird. But meanwhile, Dendum instantly is like, okay, you want to go for the bot lane? I'll try to take your jungle away. I'll take your red buff and maybe try to help on the top side.
Yeah, and this is just a really good instant punish from Dundon, right? He sees that Galen is trying to cover his bot, and he does so successfully, but at what cost right now? He loses 1 camp. Probably not gonna lose the red buff as well, unless Dundon really is feeling it. We now see Nugget as well, just instantly moving up to that top side. Dundon, it actually is gonna make it reset as well. Ooh, he's actually going for it though. Okay, good job, Dundon. I really appreciate that.
He's not going to take that ward. I mean, Nugget is there to try and provide some sort of assistance. If this isn't engaged, this is going to be a 2v2, by the way. Golem is going to use the smite. That's a beautiful deadly flourish. But the blast cone keeps him safe away from the equalizer. And Demdem is free to go as he please. Little Pence approaches this fight as the curtain calls, but instantly gets scared away as the ultimate comes in. Golem is left for dead. And the first blood is spilled in favor of Lucent.
Wow, absolutely crazy. I mean, both teams going 5-man when they know that their jungler wanna protect the red buff. Dundon wants to steal the red buff. In the end, Galen gets it, but at what cost? I mean, Dundon gets the kill, or Fuyu rather, gets the kill on the Kalista, moving up there with his AD. They get the Herald as well now, and it looks like there's gonna be kind of a lane swap coming in from Guarp here on the Fred's Baguette. I mean, I just love to see that both teams just instantly running from base to the red buff, just fighting it out, duking it out 5v5 this early to the game. This is what I love to see, man. I'm saying it a lot of times today. This is what I love to see, but Division 2 just keeps on delivering.
Hey, this is what you love to see in the end, so that's more than enough. as they have a brutal fight and bloody fight as well, as we're talking about it in the middle of the jungle. Rumble in the jungle. That blast cone, in my opinion, completely shift the tides of battle, because if Dendam was forced to move through the entire equalizer to run away, the fight would either be over or would be really different, and the first blood would have been spilled for Guarp Gaming.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, DBL just comfortable on the top side and looking as he's building, he's going straight up to the Sunfire, not even the Frostfire, because he bought himself the shield. It's going to mean that he's going to be even tankier than we thought he would be.
Oof. Yeah, I mean, just looking at this replay, right? As you mentioned, this blast cone really being an MVP. Dandom tries to get the red buff, doesn't get it in the end, but oof. This is the flourish, man, as well from Fred Spaghetti. This guy's been popping off completely. But look at this, that's so clear. That's like Matrix kind of style on Dandom. He just dodges that with like a millisecond of advance. And I mean, obviously Little Pants gets a good combo there off. And then, I mean, Fred Spaghetti tries to kind of channel the ulti in the middle of 5 people. And that's not really what you want when you're playing against the Ornn. They get the kill, they get the punish, and I mean, they get the Herald as well. It kind of up to them now to be proactive on this Poppy pick with the Herald, and let's see where it's gonna go. They have still 5 plates on every single tower, so might not be the easiest task for Lucent.
Quixie transformed himself into a demon as well in the mid lane to try and get himself the kill, but it was not even close for that Corky. The X-Drinker is providing way too much resistance, and he also flashed to get away. First strike, all obviously in cooldown as he comes back. Is that a package? I don't know if he has the package. It's Fred Spaghetti now. He's going to get dive, but it's only the Alistar, so there's no damage to follow that up. But if you look into the bot side, it seems like everybody is collapsing on the Jhin. He doesn't have the Gale Force. He just makes the Holly Oop. The exhausted and Little Pants goes into the shadow as Fuyu picks his Pokemon and throws it away. Quixie way too low in HP. Kurash still has access to his X-Drinker, so I don't think they can fight this one. Guarp being picked apart time and time again. It seems like Lucent have their number and they keep calling them.
I mean, really good pickup from the package from Courage. I thought it was gonna be sort of a waste because there was no objective right then, but he actually managed to like kind of duke it out 1v3 on that in that choke point on the side of Guarp, and manages to make sure that Galem, Quixie, they don't get to that fight on both sides, and Fred Spaghetti, I mean, he just gets caught by the Alistar. Look at this aggressiveness on the side of Lucent.
It's so much. The exhaust is available. Well, what do you even exhaust? You exhaust Fuyu, but the damage is not there. Quixie, yeah, that was the special package I was talking about. And then he gets cornered against the wall, between the sword and the wall, and he has to take a path. So they bought enough time for the bot lane, and that's another kill. Kalista with 2 kills, and we talk about this constantly. Kalista needs that sort of lead. Okay, Demonic Embrace. Quixie puts himself in the position to be the frontliner, as well as a damage dealer. And he's comfortable. What does this mean? Swain doesn't have the ultimate for the dragon. He doesn't have the ultimate nor either his life. His Quixie burns on the ground, not by the equalizer, but by the team that supports him. Lucent, 1 in 6, but just taking Guarps apart aside. Golem oversteps in the middle of the lane. I have no idea why. It seems that they're losing focus, losing concentration, and meanwhile, they're losing the game and test.
And this is the thing about these picks, right, Arsham? Like, they picked Rumble, they picked Swain, they have so many super niche picks with the Ashe as well. And I mean, when you get behind on those champions, it looks just so rough, right? It looks like they're not even able to contest anything. I mean, Fuyu and Little Pants, I was gonna say that they were probably gonna be under a lot of pressure in this lane, but after they got level 2 in the lane, they've kind of been not dominating, but just been able to get push into the side of Jhin and Ashe. And after they get through the laning phase, obviously they're going to be more useful than Fred Spaghetti and Nugget. So now Fuyu sits comfortably at a 3-0 lead on the Kalista. Really important to get that lead, as you mentioned. And I'm just curious to see now what Guarp is going to do to be able to counter this upcoming plays from Lucent. Feels like Lucent has really been turning up a notch in this game.
14 minutes in, and things are going south for Guarp. Viggo Mobson only needs 1 minion to get the cull as well. That is the worst position to be in. When you have that call at 1 stack test.
Yeah, I'm super sad to see that actually. He might even get dove now because he thinks that, oh, he gets it, he gets the cash.
He got it!
Oh, let's go. Is it gonna be enough? Okay, no dice happening. I was excited a bit, but look at this damage from Fuyu, man. This guy is popping off.
Kalista needs that lead in the mid in the early game, and he's 3-0-1 so far, so that's more than enough to awaken the Callista, to get the revenge from the spear, and maybe to get that damage into the late game. He was part of 4 kills, just like Little Pants was.
Yeah, I mean, it's just kind of crazy to see that they actually managed to just kind of survive the laning phase earlier. That's rough, and now they're able to play however they want. We see Guarp as well trying to move onto that top side to defend, some sort of play happening, but Lucent is gonna be able to run away, maybe not actually.
Little Pants doing the tankiness. His Golem is alone. He's almost overheated. There's no equalizer. I'm gonna tell you, man. When you have a Rumble in the jungle and you're looking at that ultimate that can seal the game, when you are playing the floor is lava, it doesn't seem like he knows the rules. So I haven't seen a good equalizer so far.
Yeah, I mean, ideally, right, as you said about the equalizer, you wanna combo it as well with Frank Spaghetti on his ult and get that really like insane combo going with that 4th shot with the equalizer as well. But as you mentioned, we've not been able to do so far, and it's not like Guarp is scaling well this game. They have Jin who scales, I guess, when he has 6 items he can kind of kill everyone, but he's playing into Poppy and Ornn, and Alistar as well, 3 super like kind of tanky champions. He has the Gale Force now, but I don't think it's gonna be enough. I mean, Lucent's comp is looking really solid right now. They got the free scaling as well on the Corki Ornn, and they just look super solid, man. What is this Lucent? We haven't seen them before like this.
Exactly, they're not allowing Guarp to move at all, and we've been debating this all day long. The idea if the teams are able to get some sort of lead at the beginning of the game, they don't stop, and then you look into the durability patch and it's not that important anymore because you know how to keep that pressure on. Golem is coming in with a Night Harvester. I really look into this item in a different way than everybody else apparently, but it seems like late game is going to lose a little bit of damage because Nadir is failing on that magic penetration from the rocket belt. Yeah. But also the mobility that it brings you. He has that little proc that gives you movement speed and additional damage. But I just don't know if this is enough while you're far behind.
Yeah, no, I have to agree with you as well. I think Hextech probably is like, for sure, in most games, the way to go on Rumble and like a lot of AP junglers. But I mean, Galen, you said it before as well. If these players are gonna go for it, we trust them because they know better than us. We are not professional players. We are not washed up casters. We are really good casters, I think. But we're okay. We're okay. We're decent. Maybe 5 out of 10.
I had my time. I would give it like a 3 out of 10. But yeah, it's
oh my god.
I got you guys. I got you guys. Nah, you're still climbing. Don't worry, man. I'm a host, so I have no idea what I'm doing here. But yeah, no, I'm kidding. So far, Guarp trying to put themselves on that scoreboard. It's kind of complicated for them at this point. 30,000 gold to 26,000. The lead is not humongous still, so they might be able to come back. They just need a really good play. Just need that equalizer to be true, and the Fred Spaghetti follow up. Quixie needs to be that front line. Leandris is enough to burn through the skin of Ornn, Poppy, and Alistar. That's a lot of percentage damage applied in the team fight. But so far, if we have to be honest, we haven't seen a true team fight.
Yeah, that is true, right? I think Quixie with the Swain pick is actually really smart. You're playing into so many tanky champions, the Alistar, the Poppy, the Ornn, and all these champions wanna go into it typically, and that's what Swain likes. But let's see now with this third rig coming up, if both teams are gonna contest. We have Kurosh with the package. I feel like it's so hard for Guarp to actually be able to contest this one. We have Little Pants on the Alistar flank as well, really cheeky one. And this could actually, maybe this could be it though for Guarp.
On one side you have the equalizer, on the other side you have the package, but the floor is just burning. And meanwhile, it seems like Golem is burning as well. Quixie is on the front line, but the Dragon is no longer there as London is tanking. He doesn't care about the damage from the Swain. It's irrelevant on this point. If Fred Spaghetti is an utility champion, finally gets a hold of himself on the kill. Viggo Mobson is just tanking everybody up as the spears are stacking, but the cow is down. I repeat, the cow is down for the 5-3. There's no big objective, but maybe Guarp can push the mid lane.
I'm so confused, Arshama. What happened? I thought Guarp, they kind of whiffed the Galen's Rumble ultimate. They didn't get the fight that they wanted to initially, but I mean, I guess Viggo Mobson is kind of doing what he wants in that fight. Has the first item on his end. They didn't get the reset solution on the Kalista rend, and they're not done, man. They're getting the shutdown as well. What is going on?
They needed a good team fight, and apparently they got it. It's chaos. So, MTS, you got to explain to me what happened on this one. Guide me.
I think Lucent, they were really split on this one. They kind of wanted to finish the Drake. I think Guarp got kind of somewhat engaged, but it was not really enough. You see that Rumble Ultimate kind of whiffing. They got the first kill as well, but then you see the front lines on the side of Lucent. They go in really, really deep. But Lucent on the side of the carries can't really turn with them. Big of Opposite also on this flank, kind of completely dominating Korosh there, and then DBL, you see him chasing into the carries of Guarp, and I think they were just really split on the side of Lucent. They have to kill the same target, play the front to back with his double tanks, and then kind of duke it out. It's really hard for Guarp to win that fight in that regard, but they played well in that one, let the enemies come into you, and then started reshades. And I mean, getting the shutdown onto the Kalista as well, this could be the turning point for Guarp, honestly.
The follow-up is beautiful. They finally get themselves a team fight. We were talking about it. They need to get a proper team fight. Guarp built themselves into team fight composition. Lucent as well, but it seems that even with the lead that Lucent built up, it was not enough. I was looking into the team fight, and for the life of me, I couldn't see this turning into Guarp's favor, but it seems they're on another level, and they finally get themselves what they needed. Nuggets, bringing in the Ash support. We've seen this on Division 1 as well. It's coming back, getting those arrows constantly across the map, getting 3-second stun, allowing you to do whatever you want and just pile on that damage, collapsing on the enemy. It's still 47, yeah, but it's still at the level 10. At level 11, it's going to be a little bit lower, and at level 16, it will reach those 30 seconds. So there you go. Thank you, production, for pointing that out.
Yeah, we have Smurfs on the production today. Really nice to see. Fred Spaghetti and Nugget.
I can even see the game, man. I'm really happy.
Yeah, that is all we care for, right? It's really nice to be able to witness this banger that it's turning out to be. I think it's there, like we saw that the Ashe ultimate obviously being such a low cooldown and just forcing that cleanse out of Fuyu. Well, this arrow is gonna come up in like the next wave already. If they want to look to go again, when the Kalista doesn't have standing summoners left, it's gonna be able to like maybe pick someone off. Galen is actually gonna be able to get his ultimate in the equalizer back up as well. So even though he has missed almost every single one of them, I think the fifth one is gonna be the charm.
It's an engage from Little Pants, but he has to be careful. Kalista is not there to bail him out if he needs to. And this is a control, a total control of position in favor of Guarp. They lose the Crystal Arrow, and now they have to fall back, abort to board. We have to go back. We cannot stay on this mid lane, so they might as well take some sort of vision and fall back.
Yeah, I think I mean, there's a really good movement there from Gurush. He's not scared. He doesn't obviously doesn't have the flash, but doesn't need it. Dodges out on that one, and Nugget just has to wait for another 20 seconds until his ultimate comes back up. This is really gonna be oppressive the further the game goes. When he gets to 11, gets to 16 as well, gets a couple of items. It's gonna be hard because Lucent only has one cleanse in this one, and speaking of the CC, that's the thing about Lucent, right? They have the double tank, they have the Alistar as well. They have so much CC to work with. I think it's really up to them to kind of just make sure that they are playing the front to back in these kind of team fights. We see the Drake coming up in 40 seconds as well. We can we know kind of what to expect now coming into Division 2. These teams are gonna fight for the Drakes.
And we were getting a zoom in on that skin, and if I may, I'm going to confess to you, M-Test, I'm afraid of that skin. It's so scary when he goes into danger zone.
Yeah.
I don't know, the sounds he makes, I think I'm on a horror game. I think about Slender Man. I'm like, no, I have to go away. I have to go away. So I don't like to play versus Rumble. That is my counter, just the skin itself.
That's good to know. If I ever play like 1-on-1 maybe, then I would make sure to speak Rumble. And I need to have
What's
that
your elo though? What's your elo?
I mean, right now I'm actually super. I think I'm the lowest point I've been in a lot of years, but
okay, let's not talk about that. Don't worry. We move on. We just know that he wants to pop on my solo queues. Meanwhile, it pops the curtain call alongside with the equalizer, but Yorn is trying to slow this one down. Little Pen sacrifices himself just to go to the back line and buy enough time, but time is what they get in the Dragon as well, as Little Pen doesn't have the ultimate, and it seems Fuyu just flashes away, brings his partner, but the Crystal Arrow is going to connect with Dendam, and it seems like the Poppy is the sacrificial lamb as they take the fifth one, but they lose the Dragon. It is Dragon point. It is Dragon Soul point for Lucent. But I think they want to go for Baron them test.
Ooh, yeah, I mean, they have still 25-second death time onto Dandon, right? They could look to at least get some vision and get maybe even this mid tower could be an angle. Guarp obviously has the numbers advantage right now with Dandon being caught out. Looks like they're gonna be happy with the tier 1 mid. I think all in all, I mean, kind of a good trade still for Lucent, just to be able to get that soul point. In this 4 minutes, it's gonna be just really important for Guarp to be first on the objective. I think it's really hard for them to face check any sort of river with the champions. They don't have any tanks. And when I say that, Lucent, they're not hesitating, man. They know that they have on the tempo timer. Guarp has the base, kind of, but they're starting up the Nash.
The Nash is started by the team that was supposed to fight for it. As the Equalizer is going to slow everything down. Fuyu is burning. There is a lot of damage. The Speckers has been used defensively to try to buy Vigum Opson. If the floor is burning and you don't have shoes, don't step on it, you silly bear.
Oh man, I'm having a blast. Let me tell you. I feel like these teams as well. They're not hesitant to like actually just go for it there. I mean, Lucent kind of recognizes that Guarp has to base. They're kind of out of tempo because they try to fight them after the Drake, and they just go for instantly to start it. Guarp obviously being able to stop it with just burning 2 ultimates, who has really low cooldown. So nothing really going down. All in all, it's still like a really close game, right? We only have like 1k of gold separating the 2 teams, and it's really gonna be all about this next dragon. I think no team is gonna kind of waste any time trying to play for this Nasher. It's kind of hard to set up. Ooh, the pick though. He has to cleanse. He cleansed early.
You if they kill the Kalista, the one they've been playing for, that is a massive window for the Baron. Any team that gets a clean pick means Baron.
Yeah, I mean for sure, right? You just have to imagine that if anyone gets caught off. I mean, Nugget actually has had so many good arrows this game, and forcing the cleanse there. I think Fuyu actually cleansed early, so he got stunned by the arrow regardless. Try to do a little Captain Jack there. I see you, Fuyu. Maybe next time they cleanse up, you can do that. Seek play where you just cleanse immediately. But wow, now it's Lucent turn, I guess.
Good engage, but Gallum instantly goes golden, gets himself on the stasis effect. This is a perfect Equalizer! Burns everything on the ground! His little pet is trying to run away. Look at the TP. Oh, he's back in base! Gollum just sees the bear flying high. He doesn't have wings, but he's flying just like Fred Spaghetti with this double kill as he picks himself what he needed to go straight into Baron, and Guarp are back in the game.
Guarp actually managed to do it. Galen for once hits the insane equalizer, burning every single player on the side of Lucent to a crisp. And then after that, I mean, they can just kind of chase. Vigum Opson gets a TP, he gets instantly shut down and taken back to the base by Tandem. But not enough. I mean, Guarp, we finally see the teamfight comp that they kind of drafted for themselves, the weird one that we have no clue what they want to do. They just kind of seem to flourish on these conditions where they actually get to hit the equalizer, they get to hit Asher as well, and this is finally looking like a game that Guarp can actually be able to take home.
Okay, I need to see this replay because that TP, that was interesting.
Yeah,
the perfect engage from the Equalizer. Like, they tried to collapse on Gollum, but they can't do it, M-Test.
Yeah, I mean, it was just super hard. They tried to dive into the towers actually, and look at this. I mean, 3 or 4. There's the instant shutdown coming from Vigum Opson. This guy is so sad in this one. I mean,
bears flying high, you know how I feel, don't you?
Oh no. Bye-bye. By Vigum Opson, but also by Lucent's chance of winning that team fight. I mean, it looks like they just look super split in this one. I feel like they're going way too deep. Their tanks are just feel like I can engage because we have the team fight comp. I can do whatever I want, but whenever they're engaging, Lucent can't really out-attack on the side of the Corki and the Kalista, so it's not that easy for them to play like this. I feel like they really have to step it back a notch, let Guarp come into them, and then sort of take it from there. For this no cleanse!
We talked the Crystal Arrow. This is way too good. This Vigum Opson is going to flash. No one is going to take him away with Fuyu still alive. Somehow, the Equalizer is not enough with Fred Spaghetti with the 3rd shot. Saves the 4th one for the Ali Star. And the killing spree comes in. Revenge from the volley bed as they take themselves the turret. They're opening the inhibitor. They're opening the base. This could be it. They're missing the entire bot lane. And we talked about the entire game that the bot lane was the thing that was keeping them alive. They were keeping them above the ocean. And now they're grasping for air, but they don't have it. It seems like they're only able to open up the inhibitor and falling back. They have a lot of gold and they cannot risk the soul going straight into Lucent.
Super crucial pick there from Nugget. This guy has been, I mean, playing so well consistently with his arrows. No stare Fuyu, doesn't have cleanse, doesn't have flash yet, back up yet. He's like, Fuyu's backing on the perfect timer on that tower that is impossible to dodge that arrow coming in from Nugget. And secures them, the team fight secures them, the Drake, the nice, the soul from Lucent, and now they're actually sitting on a 4k gold lead. 2 minutes ago, Lucent was ahead by like 1k, and now we're sitting at this. Man, this game just really turned on its head. What is going on?
This is what I love about League of Legends. The game is not over until the Nexus falls down. That's all you need to know. And these teams are fighting with all they have. Guarp finally putting themselves on the scoreboard and maybe trying to get themselves into the middle of the pack. A team that came from Division 3 and they're now trying to show themselves in Division 2. Took them a long way, but I think they're finally doing it. Kalista with 3 items, but Kalista's an early champion. It seems like he's falling off, M-Test.
Yeah, it's just that's the thing as well, right? He has been falling off. He was actually sitting on 3-0 really early to the game, and now he's sitting at 3-3, playing into the Rumble, the Swain as well, the Ashe. This guy has, and he has so much issues moving in this team fight. It's really hard for him. Oh, the Deadly First coming in again. They're gonna chunk DBL out there. Maybe he's actually gonna get taken down.
It's the Ornn, it's the front line, it's the Mega Tank was melted by Golem. And at this point, I gotta tell him, Test, things are looking dire for Lucent.
Lucent, they looks completely lost after the fact that Guarp got the Nash. I felt like they felt really comfortable in this one. They had the lead early, they had a team fighting comp, the scaling one. But now they're playing into the champs. We talked about it, right? It's really hard to play this type of niche picks when you're behind. But somehow they got that comeback, and now Fuyu, my man, you're getting caught.
He's getting caught yet again. The Kalista that needs to survive. She's trying to kite as much as she can. Storm comes from above, and she's trying to sustain himself on the scuttle. And Viggo Mobson says, "Thank you for the leash. I got this."
Oof,
And
that's
going to
like
respond in 2 minutes.
that's just the flash from Fuyu as well. Like, he still has the cleanse if he was gonna hit by the Crystal Channel arrow from the side of Nugget. But I mean, you just look at him. Like, Kalista was hitting him like 15 times there, and he was basically healing him when he was hitting him. I mean, Viggo Mobson being super tanky. I mean, I think we're both happy, and Guarp is happy as well that he did not go for that lethality build this time around. He has been that tank for his team. He's been able to get so many flanks off as well to make sure that Lucent can't really play the front-to-back teamfight comp that they so desperately need. And yeah, Quixie now being level 16 as well. I mean, now it's just turning. You were talking about how we are kind of uncertain of how Guarp can actually win this game, and now I'm looking at the other side. Like, how can Lucent win this one?
Well, it's going to be a tough job as Viggo Mobson is going to get caught, and I was going to say you need to cut them one by one. And I guess that's exactly what they're doing. Finally, it's Viggo Mobson stepping over these boundaries as the recall time takes 8 seconds. But remind yourself that in 1 minute we have the Baron, and in 40 seconds Viggo Mobson responds. The thing is, the SCP to fall back into this play if they need to, they just have to be secured of the vision they're going to provide for their own team. And now if you have a little bit of time to breathe and look into the itemization, Demonic Embrace, Liandry's, and Rylai's for Quixie. That is a lot of damage, slow, and percentage as well. And he's never leaving you because of the slow.
Yeah, that's just really annoying to play against, right? Especially Lucent, who has been both of their tanks that kind of been diving us into the front line of the side of Guarp. And Quixie now he can buy so much time for his team, and he's gonna do so much damage while doing it. It's just super rough for Lucent to play with his Poppy pick as well, right? You were mentioning how there's literally no like dashes on the side of Guarp except for that Gale Force from Fred Baguette. And Galem?
Another pick seconds before the Baron.
Oh,
And
this
Quixie is now doing it. He's over the package so he cannot fight properly. He has the ultimate. Look at the sustain he's getting. It's the return of Viggo Mobson, but without the Equalizer, do they have enough damage? I think Freddy has it. I think Freddy is cooking the spaghetti, and he's looking for Kudosh, and he's going to Valkyrie, and flash away, and Freddy pulls it up. He runs out of ammo! He only knows how to count to 4, and the 4 is his death, as Nugget is trying to slow down DBL. We talked about the picks, and the picks are appearing, M-Test.
Courage has TP though, he might be able to TP back into this fight!
Oh no, they have to run away, the Corki is back, Valkyrie's in for the kill, he wants revenge as Quixie goes down, Nugget tries to get the slow, but is slowed in the process, and that's a slap in the face if I have ever seen one, as the Baron is now in favor of Lucent, and we're back on the 50-50.
Oh my god, so much going on as well, and we can't really slow down as well because the Drake is gonna come up. Galem's gonna try to rush it. DBL is gonna base now preemptively to try to TP into that river to make sure that they can stop this soul. If they can get the soul and the Nash, it's just super good for Lucent. Obviously, they're gonna get secured the Nash. Galem, I don't think he has time to solo this one out. They're moving instantly on the side of Lucent. Oh no, my man.
Oh,
My man.
wait. This could be the soul. This could be the soul. This could be the soul. Gollum cannot get into time into the dragon. Look at him. He was forced to smite away the blue buff to survive. And then got himself the ocean soul. This is so much sustain. They have no grievous wounds, by the way.
Oh my.
SCOS.
Oh my lord. I mean, we just have to look at that replay first, right? Of this huge fight that broke up in the top side. Galen, he just gets caught instantly here. I mean, he gets flashed on actually by Dandom, so Dandom showing why he picked that Poppy up. Galen still dies with his flash still up, but then, I mean, Lucent just looks like they're going way too deep into this Swain that you talked about. Can buy so much time and do so much damage in the process. Viggo Mopsen getting that flank off as well, and this just looks super good for Guarp. But then, I mean, you were saying that Fred Spaghetti only knows how to count to 4, and I think if they just play the fight front to back after this, he does a flash and they just kill the front line on the side of DBL. He tries to go for the hero play, and I mean, I just have to respect it, right? But he gets absolutely demolished by Kurosh. Oof.
If he did the opposite, if he did the Q and the Alto,
Yeah,
that would be the kill.
Yep.
But we have to take into account, I mean, nah. it's on the moment, you know, you have to make a decision. And he made the decision, he thought he had enough damage. In my opinion, it seemed like he had to. So the Omni Vent coming in from the Kurosh, from the Raven Decider, maybe put himself above the Execute from the Force Shot. Oh my lord!
That's Corky, by the way. 5 items. Really just... do I dare say popping off already? Probably not. The game
Mr. Stark,
is,
I don't feel so good. Garp is getting beat up yet again. It's a ping pong match.
It's literally a ping pong match. Like, I feel like we're jinxing it all the time. We're saying, first, how can Guarp win this game? They get the comeback. We're saying, how can Lucent win this game now? If they're getting the comeback, and now
how can Garp win this one now?
Yeah, it's just impossible, right? For sure, they cannot win this. For sure, it's just impossible at this point.
Curse after curse, man. Curse after curse. Well, I'm going to get fired apparently. Let's see how this is going in. Viggo Mopsen already at a half HP as Kurosh is just stacking those missiles. One is going to be the big one. You have to be careful about this one. Kurosh takes aim. Looks into Quixie. He's holding this one. Takes a little bit of HP. That's half HP as the turret is going to be melted away. Equalizer was used, but it's not enough.
Oh, Dandom. Actually, just chance the ult. It doesn't actually throw it off, but there's a lot of poke now coming from the side of Guarp, and actually gonna go for it. Spread Baguette.
It's the Ocean Soul, so the damage is just not there. Little Pants puts himself almost invulnerable as Fui is going to kill the one that needed to survive the most. Gollum and Nugget going across the wall to try and protect themselves, but if they protect themselves, who's going to protect the inhibitor? Actually, no one, as the Soul is sustaining them on, and Lucent are looking to destroy the turrets. It seems like Fred Spaghetti is alone protecting this turret as the ultimate comes in from the Rumble, but I don't see him in the jungle as the Nexus is exposed in DBL, in Fuyu, in Kurosh is looking for this win, looking to finally get the tie versus Guarp Gaming, and they do it in the end against all odds.
Loser gets the upset. I mean, it was such a back and forth game, right? We thought that they had the dub. They were so ahead in the early game with the double tanks, with just easy front to back team comp. They throw it back to the side of Guarp. They throw the Guarp for the ping pong ball back to them, and in the end, I mean, just really happy that Lucent actually managed to pick up this dub despite having so many setbacks in the game.
So many setbacks, but in the end, they got what they needed. They got the soul eventually, fought on for that one, but they were capable of securing that, and that's more than enough to actually get that push alongside with the Baron buff. That was all they needed. Those picks, as soon as you see the volley bet overextended, collapse on it. As soon as you see the jungler 10 seconds before the Baron doing red buff by himself with no vision, collapse on him. And as soon as they lost those key targets, well, that's the victory for Lucent, out of nowhere. And Garp had it in the bag. They just let it slide. And we need to talk with them about that, M-Test. So we're going to throw it to a break. I'll see you right after 1 minute, I guess. So don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. I'm watching you.